Good morning, Cypress Village residents, and welcome to Virtual Coffee Chat. Today is Friday, February 3rd, and I hope everybody is having a good start to the day. Been unseasonably warm out there over the last few days, which has been nice, but I think we're expecting a little nor'easter this weekend. So take a look at the weather and make sure you're prepared for what the weather has in store for us this weekend. As usual, we got plenty to cover this week at Coffee Chat. Thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you on the end with a few points before we conclude. Have a good one. Talk to you soon.
Hello, Cypress Village. This is Laurel Mundell, Director of Administrative Services. Regarding sensible recyclables, they're coming on site, as I mentioned, and I wanted to just clarify, thanks to Sarah Jane, she received more information about what they do take and what they don't. Large screen TVs and printers are not to be brought to the truck that will be here at Cypress Village, but they can be brought to the Sensible Recyclables offices. PC monitors can be brought to the pickup truck when it's here. Second, electronic devices with personal information stored on them should be cleared before bringing them to the pickup truck. So each device has its own set of instructions for how to properly remove any of this personal information. Cypress Village nor Sensible Recycling will be responsible or accountable for any of the security of this information if you do not appropriately reset it, perform a factory reset. So just wanted to remind you or give you those details there. The recycling truck will be here on Friday, February 17th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. So as I mentioned, mobile devices and then PC monitors as well, they will take here. We'll provide more information in the newsletter. If you need to drop off bigger items directly to their office, we'll have that information in the February newsletter for you. For my next update, it is February, which means that security will now be really cracking down on parking patrol. So we had the deadline for December 31st for everyone to be registered. We used January as kind of a grace period just to make sure while they were out on their patrols that people were complying. And now we're really going to crack down. So the first one is going to be a warning. If you are parked incorrectly or do not have something displayed as it should, that'll be a warning. The second offense, if it is the same offense, so if you are parking in the main circle lot, for example, for longer than you should, or overnight, such things like that, the second offense will result in a fine to your resident account. If you have a caregiver or an employee that's working privately for you and they are parking incorrectly, the fine will be applied to your resident account if they are private duty for you. Cypress Village employees, this will go through payroll deduction with human resources if there is a fine applied. Then the third infraction, depending on the type of infraction it is, we are going to try our best not to tow, but we will either have compounding fines, or if you are truly parked somewhere, for example, parking in another residence reserved spot, or if there's a visitor and we don't have any information on the vehicle and they still have not moved after the warning and the fine, then this is when vehicles will be towed. So we will really try not to do that, especially if we know whose vehicle it is. So all of this I'm going to have in writing again for the February newsletter, just to give everyone additional insight into where they can park, what's the time frame. But the main circle lot, that is a 2-hour parking lot. So anybody who's in there should be parking there less than 2 hours. You will see security rounding with the chalk sticks. They're going to be marking tires to see whose mark is still there after the 2-hour mark. And like I said, making sure that permits are appropriately displayed where they should be. As we continue to move along this process, particularly with visitor and employee vehicles, I am going to secure new parking signage for the various lots, and I'm most likely going to number them so that it's much easier to tell visitors, guests, new employees that they're permitted to park in parking lot 5, for example. That should help a lot with keeping traffic down to the A Tower lot, and then, like I said, identify where is the appropriate guest parking and new employee parking. So I hope that all is going to go smoothly this month. I saw Melvin, one of our guards out there, writing a lot of tickets, so be advised. And one of our employees here, which will not be named, says that Goo Gone is the best way to get off that sticky off your window if you need help with that. Security does have Goo Gone in the office, or you can supply your own. And then final announcement, the Guide to Cypress Village update. We've met with the directors, and there's still some things that are moving and transitioning a little bit. So before we get we don't have the final information for that update yet. But once we do, we'll do a full rollout, as I mentioned. But that's still in progress, and it's just taken a little bit longer than I thought. But I'm hoping by the end of this month now. But we shall see. Thank you all for your time today, and I hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you around the village.
Yeah, good morning, Cypress Village residents and employees. My name is Marcus Dickey. I'm a security manager here for Cypress. Want to reach out and touch on base on a few things. If you haven't registered your vehicle yet, which is far beyond the deadline, please do so to avoid getting a ticket on your vehicle. I'm pushing my guys in security and gals to really be on the lookout for unregistered vehicles parked in the wrong areas. We're going to utilize the chalk lines for the 2-hour limit parking. I'm going to be pushing that really hard this month, so please make sure you do so. To touch base on a few other things, golf cart and bicycle etiquette on property. I've had a few concerns with people blowing by other residents in a fast manner, no warning, no bells, sirens, or whistles. If you can, please try to be courteous of each other, and use bells, horns, and whistles when you need to go around somebody. Try to be in the right proper lane when you're walking in the roadways and stuff like that. Just be safe, be alert, take care of each other, and let's just all have a good, happy, healthy time here at the village. And I will be putting on a presentation seminar for golf cart safety, bicycle safety, and motor vehicle safety, and proper ways to take care of yourself and avoid accidents and concerns. So that will be on the 21st of March at 2 o'clock in Egret Hall. We will also record it. If there's any other concerns related to security or any other issues that you deem appropriate to speak with me about, please give me a call anytime and let's discuss it. As always, stay safe, and we love y'all.
Good morning, Cypress Village. Just a couple of personal updates. Not the best ones, but those we have to share them as well. Changes will be coming, and I know I've been talking about it for a while. A lot of confusion when it comes to us making changes like housekeepers on certain floors. And I just want to say that I know those of y'all that are very, very happy with your housekeepers. Everything is going well, and we're not making changes there as of now. Couple of floors that are going to be affected because a few employees that are not with us, Donnie on the 2nd floor and Marisha on the 6th floor, as of yesterday and the day before, neither of them are with us anymore. They decided they wanted other opportunities, and because of that, then I do have to make some changes to be able to cover those areas. We're going to be making just a couple of changes on the schedule, but we'll be communicating that with you all either via call them all or email or anything that we can make sure that we get the message across to you all as soon as possible. With that being said, I just ask for a little bit of patience so that we can get some interviews going, get some people back in here, trained, coached, developed, and that way we can get what we need also to be able to take care of you guys' service and the common areas, events and all that good stuff. I also been talking about the dispensers that we will be finishing phase 2 of our installation, 2nd week of March. Kimberly Clark will be out here. We're going to be finishing up the assisted living, memory care, boathouse, kitchen, and a few other areas that got missed the first phase when we were doing installations. Like I said, that'll be happening 2nd week of March, and I will have more updates on the next coffee chat with the exact date and time that we're going to start doing this. It should take roughly, I would say, 3 or 4 days because it's a smaller areas that we have to take care of, not as big as last time we took like a week and a half to be able to finish that. But as of right now, that's all I got. Please stay tuned. We'll have some more updates coming soon. If you have any questions, you have my email, you have my phone number to my office. stop by, call me, text me, and I'll be able to answer any questions for you all, okay? Have a good weekend and see you all around the village.
Good morning, Cypress Village residents. It's Brienne with Dining Services coming to you to talk about a couple fun things that we've got for Valentine's Day week. The first thing I want to talk to you guys about is on Valentine's Day itself, so Tuesday, February 14th, Jen is hosting a couples dinner in the PDR for 10 couples maximum, first come, first serve, that you'll call in for reservations. It includes cocktails, appetizers, 2 chef special entrees and dessert, and as well as wine. You'll call Jen to put in your reservation for you and your partner. Her phone number is 904-807-6143, and she said it's the first 10 couples that RSVP, so put in your reservation now with a 10 couple maximum. That will be a charge on your bill. It'll be an extra charge. It's $35 per person because we're going to do really upscale entrees, wines included, cocktails, appetizers, and dessert. So I think it's a pretty good deal for a Valentine's Day dinner, and you don't have to fight the crowds outside of Cypress Village. The other thing is that's going on that entire week, so Tuesday through Friday in 4600, we are doing a dinner for 2. If you do book into the 4600, you will have the full menu available to you, but if you'd like, you can do your dinner for 2, which includes a bottle of wine, red or white, a shared charcuterie board appetizer, a sliced cowboy ribeye and lobster thermidor, and a chocolate dessert for you to share. So that is going to be an exchange meal as well as a $20 upcharge per couple. So you can only order that if you are doing a dinner for 2, but it is your exchange meal plus $20. If you don't have a contract with us, then the total for that would be $35 because it would be the $15 meal plus $20 for the upcharge. So that is something that's going to be really exciting, and we're doing that all throughout in 4600 for that week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then the following week, we will be releasing a new menu for 4600. Chef's working on some really great options. I'm pretty excited about it. So that is what's going on for Valentine's Day week. So make sure to call or put your reservation in on the app with Lindsay. If you want to call, her phone number is 904-807-6134 for the meal in 4600 for that week, or 904-807-6143 for Jen's Valentine's Day dinner. The last thing I want to talk to you about is that we have a updated dress code coming out this week with the weekly update, and it includes a couple minor changes for the dress code. I know we've been talking about dress code for a long time, but this is something that Hector and I and the dining committee and Ty feel is a good compromise between what the residents want. We did a survey a couple months ago regarding the dress code, and this is something that we believe is a good compromise. Right now, jackets are required in 4600, but moving forward, once that dress code is released, it will only be required on Thursday and Friday nights in 4600. And as we move into the weekend, into more days, that might change a little, but for right now, jackets will only be required on Thursday and Friday nights in 4600. We are allowing a turtleneck, a collared shirt, so we've kind of updated it to kind of go with what our residents want. So if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. My number is 904-807-6120, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Good morning, villagers. Welcome to another Friday morning coffee chat. It is Friday, February 3rd. Yesterday was Groundhog Day. I wonder if the groundhog saw his shadow. In any case, it's beautiful weather. I hope you all have fun plans for the weekend. I have a few updates for you. Tonight, Lorna Greenwood is back by popular demand in Egret Hall. Some of you have mentioned to me about the doors in Egret Hall not being open for the last few music events. And that is because, as many of you are aware, we've been having difficulty with those doors on their tracks. They're old, they're swollen, they're old. So they're really to a point now where it's almost impossible to get them open and shut. I know they're scheduled to be fixed sometime soon, so hopefully that's going to happen. But in any case, we'll still have dancing, we'll still have the tables in Egret Hall, it'll still be fun, but we just won't have the doors open to the Loon's Nest. So that's tonight at 7 o'clock in Egret Hall. Lorna Greenwood, come on down. So next week, we've got quite a few things going on. On Monday, the 6th at 2 p.m., we have two professors from the OLLI program at UNF coming to give a talk on Humphrey Bogart. When Sarah put me in touch with the woman at OLLI, these two speakers wanted to come and bring that program. So it sounds great. It really sounds interesting. If you're at all interested, or maybe you don't even know who Humphrey Bogart is, come on down to Egret Hall, 2 o'clock on Monday, and enjoy the talk. So on the 7th, on Tuesday, Marcia Green begins her new Qigong and Tai Chi for balance at 1 o'clock in the OMR. For those of you who want a ancient and beneficial practice that you can learn with Marcia, go down to the OMR at 1 o'clock and she will show you some of the moves from both of those practices. And then Tuesday night is the wine dinner at Carrabba's. I know it was a bit pricey, but a lot of you said you wanted to go, and the trip is full. So on Wednesday the 8th, we're going to see Avatar 3D at Cinemark. There are a few spots on the bus left. The good news is the tickets for the 3D are normally $19.99, and on Wednesday for seniors they are $11.75. And you can't see Avatar without seeing it in 3D, so it's definitely going to be worth it. And then also on the 8th, we have the Shredding Company from St. Augustine, First Coast Shredding, coming 10 to 12 in the parking lot on Wednesday the 8th. So bring your shredding down and it will get shredded. On the 9th, we're going to Ember and Iron Restaurant for dinner, 5:30. The Aquafit class Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 2 o'clock is proving popular. It's growing little by little. So if you want an afternoon aqua exercise option, go on down to the pool at 2 o'clock and get in the pool and do some exercise with Shay. And then Friday, the 10th, we have for our music a mystery guest. I'll reveal the name of that guest when I know it. And then on the 11th, Saturday the 11th, it's a full trip already. It filled up really quickly. We are going to the Jack Symphony for an organ concert. Apparently their organ is world-renowned and beautiful. It's over 100 years old. So an artist named Greg Zelek will be playing the organ for that concert. The bus leaves at 6:30 and the trip is full. So I hope you have a great weekend and I will see you around the village.
Hi everybody, happy Friday. It's me, Susan, and I'm here to just give you a few updates on what's going on down at the Wellness Center and in IHS. So we do have a new scheduler for Innovative Home Services. Her name is Leandra, and she's absolutely delightful. So I would love for you to stop by IHS office and to say hello and welcome her to our village. And I'm sure you'll fall in love with her very quickly. She's got an infectious smile. And also, Chrissy is back. She had her knee operation on Monday, and the trooper that she is, she showed up yesterday on Thursday to come to work. because she just missed it here and was hoping everybody was taken care of. You know, I did the best I could. I'm not Chrissy, but I think I did all right. But just stop in and say hello to Chrissy. And talking about the Wellness Center, we have the Wellness Orientation coming up this Thursday, the 8th. I'm sorry, on the 9th, Thursday the 9th in the Wellness Center. Just come down at 10 a.m. and Chrissy will give you a tour of the Wellness Center and go over all of our providers that come here to provide services to you. And then on Wednesday, Guardian will be here and they will be delivering medications for Tower D, as in Delta. And they'll also be here that Monday too, from 9 to 1 in Wellness. So if you need to come down and talk to them, see about signing up, you know, you're more than welcome to. And then I also wanted to remind everybody that the Wellness Center hours are Monday through Friday from 8:30 till noon. And then it is closed from noon until 2. And then it opens back up from 2 until 5. So Chrissy just needs that little break to catch up on all of her emails and everything else she needs to do. But you're welcome to come in and pick up medications if they have been delivered for you. And then I also wanted to remind everybody that we have our new lab. Florida Lab Analysis is now providing lab services, so we're no longer using HealthLink. And so if your doctor that you have from outside has a HealthLink lab requisition form, you need to contact Wellness Center and let us fax one over because they need one from Florida Lab. And to protect you and everybody with your HIPAA, we cannot print your lab results. I found that out from when my corporate director was here and spent a few days with us. That's just a HIPAA violation by us printing your lab results. However, you can reach out to Florida Lab and they can give you a sign-in and login number for your own portal. So that way you can go in there and check your lab results anytime you would like to. Or you can reach out to them and they can email them to you as well through secured email. So that's how you can get that done. So I think that's all I have. If I've missed anything, just let me know, okay? But y'all have a good weekend. See you around the village.
All right, I'm back. And again, thank you all for tuning in to our virtual coffee chat. Ty Morgan, Executive Director here. And I would just like to start it off with coffee chat in person. I know we're virtual right here over the airwaves right now, but it would be really, really nice to see more residents come, you know, in person back to coffee chat, which we used to have pre-pandemic. We would get at least 30 to 40 residents, you know, each Friday morning that could join in socialization, get some updates, get out of the house, and get a little breakfast on Cypress Village. So just a little reminder, if you have nothing going on Friday, come up to Egret Hall, check it out, 9 o'clock. You can come up a little early. I think they put the coffee out around 8:45. Have a great sticky bun, some fresh fruit, and some camaraderie with other residents. So just a little reminder there. I also wanted to touch on breakfast. Hector was out yesterday, so I didn't touch base with him, but I do know that I wanted to put a plug in for the breakfast that we are offering. I think we've been 2 or 3 weeks in at this point now, and patronage is quite low. The patrons that I do see there in the morning are enjoying the breakfast very much. We've gotten some feedback from the residents who are regulars there, and we have not discussed the feedback yet, but I can tell you the feedback's very important for next steps related to breakfast. That includes everything from the location of it, the time, what we're serving, what we're charging. So, you know, just be patient with us. We wanted to get it out there at least for 30 days to see what was working and what wasn't, and establish that feedback protocol that we've received. So more to come there. We'll let Hector follow up on that. But just a little plug for breakfast. Come out again Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. in the Middleton's dining room area. So secondly, I just wanted to touch base with all of our residents. Yesterday we had our state representative here, Mr. Clay Yarbrough. He was visiting on behalf of FLYCRA that had their annual fundraiser, but also their annual meeting. I wouldn't say fundraiser, more of a meeting, but wanted to promote FLYCRA. and possibly get some new members involved. But Mr. Yarbrough came out here upon Mr. Jim John Rowe's request, who heads up the FLYCRA efforts here at Cypress Village. So Jim, thank you for all the time you put into that and getting Clay out here. And all the residents that showed up. I'd say we had probably 20 residents or so in the crowd. They came out to support the event, so thank you very much. And thanks to Mr. Yarbrough, who came out as well, which post-meeting, we had a little sidebar in the private dining room, just establishing, further roots and relationships for partnerships in the future relative to any political legislation that may be impacting our business or our residents' lives. So it was a really good effort on behalf of FLYCRA. So thank you, FLYCRA and Jim, for that opportunity. Lastly, I just wanted to remind everybody that we do have our floor and unit leaders meeting on the 7th, which is this Tuesday in Egret Hall. So just a reminder to those floor and unit leaders. Lastly, before I roll into birthdays, I did want to just give a quick update on COVID. I do not have specific exact numbers, so I'm not going to quote any numbers specifically here, but I can tell you that the county is above 20% on its case rate, so that is a little alarming. There are a lot, I don't want to say a lot, but there are several residents that have confirmed COVID, most of which are doing, I would say, fairly stable. There have been a couple cases where they have gotten it pretty severe, so it's pretty hard to determine which strain that you may get, but overall, the symptoms that residents and others are receiving throughout the city and throughout the state have been very moderate at most. So that's good news, but confirmed cases are up. So take any safety precautions necessary to keep yourself and others safe. Lastly, let's roll into birthday wishes and see if we have any birthday gals or girls out there. We have several. We have Miss Donna Mintel, Mr. Kerry McVeigh, Miss Clara Cowan, and Miss Carol Mallard. Happy birthday to you four. Happy birthday today. On the 4th, we've got a few as well. We've got Miss Geneva Heyman, Mr. Charles Cowan, that's ironic, day after Clara's, and Donna Bergamo. Happy birthday to you three on the 4th. We've only got two on the 6th. We've got Miss Joan Whiteman and Mary Kennedy. Happy birthday to you two ladies. On the 7th, we've only got one birthday boy, and that's Mr. Alan Penninger. On the 8th, we've got another birthday boy. That's Mr. Pete Hall. Happy birthday, Pete. And on the 9th, we've got four. We've got Miss Martha Reed, Mr. Don Thomas, Sam Evans, and Jan Ricard. Happy birthday to you four. And I'm going to cap it off there with birthday wishes and also conclude today's episode of Coffee Chat. Everybody have a great rest of your Friday. Enjoy the weekend. Have a good one. Take care and thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I'll buy you a work squirrel bench.
I have heartburn.
Hold on, Katie. What's going on? What's going on? My hands? Ah, the mic fell. So you didn't even hear none of that. All right, let's start over. Take 3. That's one.
Good morning, Cypress Village residents. It's Brienne with the dining not dining committee. I'm not dining committee.
Oh, what fun it is to come to Cypress every day.
Hey!
That's it. This is Friday, the 3rd of November. Crap. Wait, where am I again? Oh my gosh.
What year is it? Who is the president?
Please shred that.